Final day of the group. In Group 1 of USL eCup Rocket League Edition, 2 teams from the USL Championship, 1 through to the knockout stage. 1 assured this is the end of the road. It's North Carolina FC at the bottom of the group taking on Tacoma Defiance at the top. With Devin Kerr, Mike Watts on hand. Devin 1v1. There is a change for North Carolina. Tacoma going with the same player all 3 games. But it all comes down to this. Top 2 teams advance to the knockout stage in each group.
We're still figuring out exactly how that's going to play out, Mike. As you mentioned, Tacoma Defiance most likely going to be the one. There could be some movement, but it all depends on what goes on in that secondary game as you get a look at the rest of the group. Reno 1868, Louisville City FC. That's going to be the go-to, both sitting at 1-1 in that third and final game. Should be some quality matchups to finish this group out.
Let's take a look at who's playing in this one. For North Carolina, they turn to Drew Rutledge. He plays for NCFC Youth Financial Aid Fund. For Tacoma, they're playing the United Way of Pierce County.
It is an audible, Mike, but it is not Omaha, with Drew Rutledge replacing Ryan Jernigan. You know, it just wasn't there. Gucci Mang No Toe, they switched the names. They basically needed to change the entire console because they're out. However, Tacoma Defiance can steal their place at the top with 3 points.
We've got game 1 in this best of 3 after this.
At Coastal Credit Union, we offer financial services, but we're not a bank, and that's a good thing. Here's why. Banks answer to Wall Street. At Coastal, we're owned by our members. That means we answer to you. Banks charge their customers inflated, unnecessary fees to increase their profits. We actually share our profits with our members through higher dividends, better rates, and lower fees. Find out more about how we're different than banks and how we work harder for you and your money at bankbetter.org.
I'm here with a few of my best friends, the pediatric specialists at WakeMed Children. There's a whole bunch of them: pediatric surgery, cardiology, orthopedics, ENT. The list of specialties goes on. And everyone is like pediatric trained. Special care, special people makes me feel pretty special. WakeMed Children's, your children's hospital, and a whole lot more.
Welcome back to USL eCup Rocket League Edition. North Carolina taking on Tacoma. Tacoma, close wins in all 4 games across both of their matches thus far. 4-0, 3-0 over Louisville and 4-3, 5-1 over Reno. We've got a momentary pause here, Devin.
Oh, look at this. Look at how cute that was. Don't be afraid.
There he goes. Tacoma Defiance take the lead. The 18-year-old Josh Atencio waiting it out.
Sandbagging, Josh. Look at you. Oh, I love it. I love it, Mike. What a move. 15 seconds in. Game's over. I'm out of here.
Starts at 68 miles an hour. That is high enough to get a ticket, not high enough for points on your license. Atencio over. Losing 3 games, but they prefer a victory. They would be the number 1 seed out of Group 1. They're off to a great start.
More the scene out of NCFC. Even though they changed and gone over to Drew Rutledge, it looks very similar to Ryan Jernigan. Watch out. Put your blindfolders on.
Atencio settles, dekes him out, and drives it home.
It's almost too easy, huh? Feels something special. I don't know what it is, Mike. I'm not necessarily saying that Josh Atencio has had the craziest opposition coming in, but he's proven himself at every level, and he may be a wild card coming into that knockout round.
We'll see what skills he can display here. Make it a little more likely.
They are known as skills to pay the bills, Mike, just so you know. Write that down.
How many 18-year-olds need to have skills to pay bills? A near devastating error. In the end, nothing Drew can do to get back to this. Mountain Drew. And the Defiance run it down and will run it back. 4 shots, 4 goals. Tacoma Defiance well out in front.
Unfortunately, Mike, we actually have a code red in the stadium. Code red for Mountain Drew, a.k.a. Get it together, my friend.
Rutledge backing up, and he won't get there. 5-0 Tacoma.
I have a feeling this is going to get ugly. We're going to need a bigger boat, Mike.
Tacoma working it out of the back. A little bit of ball watching from Rutledge. Tacoma into the final third. Off the dribble, gets knocked off. Nothing there for Rutledge.
Oh, look at the stall. Look at the stall. See, it's so quiet. I love this.
In comes Atencio again for Tacoma. Rutledge. Short.
Yeah, where's he going with it, though? It's a beautiful first touch. Secondary touch put him in the parking lot.
That's the difference between the pros and the average Joes now.
Parking lot pimping. I respect that.
Atencio. Atencio, regular captain with Tacoma Defiance. They are Seattle Sounders USL Championship side.
Tell me more.
Atencio. That's the work. Better work from Rutledge of late. Fires it well off frame.
Can't be late to your own wedding, Mike. Down 5-0. Not a good look. Take notes, my friend. You're up next.
North Carolina's captain had a wedding of his own just a couple weeks ago. Very much on time. However, this NCFC team has just come up short in this competition. They're on the verge of going out pointless. How about this effort from distance? Tacoma Defiance, after a lengthy scoring drought, score a beaut.
Something old, something new, something borrowed, and now he is officially blue, Mike, as he is being suffocated out of this tournament.
Handled by Tacoma. Atencio. Atencio with the dribble around to the goal.
Can he score at all? Is there any chance? Mountain Drew. Paging Mountain Drew. Hello? Hello, Mountain Drew. Can you hear me?
Well, with all the talk, Devin, in this tournament about the use of Mountain Dew Code Red, OKC Energy's Billy Walton actually retired after making some pretty loud claims about use of those performance-enhancing drugs. Having a name like Mountain Dew is equivalent to a baseball player using the tag steroids.
Are you saying you're opposed to it or you're for it?
You're inviting controversy. I don't know.
Okay.
I
Mike,
go
you
by
probably
Falco.
drink the rest of that Code Red behind you.
End of game one, Tacoma Defiance have assured themselves the number one position in the group by way of game differential at minimum. Will they get all 9 points? Game two of this best of three is next.
While your family does their part by staying home to flatten the curve, Marybridge Children's team of child life specialists has put together some tips to help our city's kids navigate this extraordinary time. Tell your kids what you can do together to stay prepared and keep your whole family safe. Review your family's plan for food and supplies. Wash hands with soap and water for 20 seconds often, and practice social distancing by staying home and avoiding large groups of people. Limit access to screen time and electronics. Encourage your kids to be creative and active. Decide how much time can be spent on a screen per day and set timers to alert kids when their screen time is up. Get outside, go for a walk around the neighborhood or take a hike or scenic drive. And finally, stick to a routine as much as possible. Consistency is helpful, especially for children who are feeling stressed. Make a schedule and empower kids by giving them simple choices regarding their schedule. It's okay if you don't have all the answers. None of what is happening is normal and everyone is doing their best to adjust. For more, visit the links below.
Multicare, we're here for you.
USL eCup Rocket League Edition Game 2 in this best of three. Tacoma is assured their passage into the next round. North Carolina FC are out. Devin, this is where the fun comes out. When you used to play, this is when the studs used to go up.
Nothing like kicking someone when they're down, Mike. One of my favorite things to do.
Speaking of, Tacoma trying to throw some boost. Tacoma waiting for the bounce and now hammering it in. More of the same from Josh Atencio, clearly the top player out of Group 1.
Tacoma Defiance, also pronounced Tacoma Defiance, is actually Native American, Mike, and it stands for people with green car who score goals and go to the round of 16.
Knocked off the backboard for Tacoma. Oh, look at this chip shot. Perhaps it was all part of a game of cat and mouse. Not to be. Drilled forward and Atencio knocks it back the other way. This only needs a touch for Tacoma to add to their advantage.
Just a little touch, Mike. Just a little tap. Just a little touch. Just a little tap. What's the goal differential here? Is he at plus 112 yet? Oh, that's plus 12. Sorry. My mistake.
The response by North Carolina, 2-1, as they try and extend this to a third game.
Well, that escalated quickly. Better for Mountain Drew. Maybe he replaced that water bottle in the car with some code DREAD. Get it? DREAD? Instead of red. Got it?
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Goal.
Ooh! Drew goes for the jugular. 2-2 now.
Who are you going to call? Mountain Drew. When there's something strange in the neighborhood. And Mike Watts is on the call. Yeah, baby.
Devin does play weddings and bar mitzvahs. This taking a wicked ricochet. How about 3 in a row for North Carolina?
There's Mountain Drew the entire time, man. 2-0, now 3-2. Next thing you know, it's going to be 4-2. And then after that, 5-2. Mike, you know I can only add so high. Good to see you, my friend.
Tacoma whittling a ball closer and closer.
What Josh Atencio didn't know, Mike, was that he's actually been on double secret probation this entire second game. But he's off that now, and he's ready for a toga party.
Pounding ball put in by North Carolina. Just when it looked like all the momentum was going the other way, NCFC grabs another one back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not impressed with the goals. Come on, boys. I'm gonna do something that I said I would never do on air, and I'm gonna do it right now. Are you ready? I'm gonna have a Mountain Dew Code Red. Here we go.
Devin, are you okay?
I have some weird feeling through my veins. I feel like I have some new words that are going to come out of me soon. I just can't figure them out yet.
Okay.
We're good.
Yeah. That was only one sip. Stick around. Later tonight, full bottle. 2-liter. Implosion from behind. I'll do some good for NCFC. Minute 50 to protect the lead in game 2 and stretch it to 3.
I like the sparks coming off of what's going on in Tacoma. This purplish, pinkish hue. I like it. That boy good. That boy real good. Uh-oh.
Drew Rutledge. 2-goal advantage for NCFC.
Josh, you're in trouble. The Fighting Chris Littles. They got an uphill battle.
Minute 10 to play. Bounced over, and Atencio goes back across the grain.
Here's the deal, Mike. If NCFC pulls this off, I won't talk for a year. Deal?
I would prefer it whether they pulled it off or not.
Awesome. Done. Yeah, you witness. Bet that. Gotta get in my talking now.
Atencio overruns. North Carolina pursues deep into the Tacoma end. Tacoma goal here could send this into overtime. Tacoma's already assured the number 1 spot in the group. North Carolina's already been eliminated, and yet both these players just leaving everything out on the electronic pitch.
Including their common sense, Mike. This is where, when you know you're not going to be able to speak for a while, you got to use the big words. Words that I'm talking about, like Nutty Buddy, Twinkie. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Devin, I know what you're talking about. Look at me. How about this? The drive and the goal. All square at 5 and 19 seconds. Plenty of time to find a late winner.
Change of pace, change of direction. Oreos for you. Yeah, that's what all the snacks you can have. Oatmeal cream pies. The big words are what I'm talking about, baby. 20 seconds to go.
Clock begins to tick. Oh, the net is empty. Rutledge. We're going to overtime. Tacoma trying to have a perfect group stage. NCFC trying to keep this alive, go to a third game, and get something out of the group. Atencio! Atencio! Tacoma wins it!
In overtime. They should call it time over. I'm putting out new legislation. Tacoma Defiance, 9 points. Time over.
And they win this best of 3, 2 games to none. We'll wrap up Group 1 after this. Josh Atencio and Tacoma Defiance, top of the group. They turned to an 18-year-old, and perhaps that's decent reason why. Drew Rutledge in his first game for North Carolina FC, just not nearly enough. Devin, good game by Tacoma, good match, good group stage performance. They're through to the knockout stage.
They always say first impressions mean their most, but you cannot underestimate what that first impression is. 18 years old, looks like he's 12, plays like he's a seasoned vet at 16 years old, and carries a 35-year-old reading level. Mike, need I say more? There's a reason this guy's at the top of the group. He's breaking hearts left and right. Couldn't do anything. Now, the second game, it was a little different, wasn't it? Drew Rutledge fought his way back in. We would go to overtime. There'd be equalizers, there'd be fun ones, there'd be go-aheads. But in overtime, time was over. That's my call. Time over. Tac Def, Josh Atencio is going to move on. Top of the group, 9 points. Book it.
So Tacoma ends up winning this best of 3 in 2 games. 9 points, top of the group for producer Sharni Yerke and our Vista WorldLink team. And Devin Kerr providing the analysis alongside Mike Watts saying so long for now. And we hope you see you in the knockout stage of USL eCup Rocket League Edition.